live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today on ATN.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money.
Good morning and welcome to Open Air on Atlantic Television Network. Open Air is the network's flagship political platform through which trending political news, events and stories are discussed with stakeholders. Through these conversations, ATN uses political talks about specific issues, party system and actor to explore hope and engender positive impacts to the society. Today on Open Air, we'll look at these stories. Rivers crisis, developing stories. Rivers APC backs Amehule-led lawmakers. PDP wants APC to stay clear of Rivers State. APC National Working Committee says Governor Fubara committed impeachable offenses. I made a mistake with Fubara, Wike says, but they
on the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
There are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people. All of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
you human
on the point of order.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Joining me on Open Conversation this morning is Ugochukwu Ifanichukwu, a political analyst. Good morning, Mr. Ugochukwu, and welcome to Open Air.
Happy Sunday to you, Lady Choma. Happy Sunday to Port Harcourt people. Happy Sunday to Nigerians. And we rejoice with the mothers today. Today is Mother Sunday in some denominations. As Christians, we use ATN to facilitate with all mothers and say Happy Mother's Sunday to you.
All right, and also joining me.
Say something about the judiciary. I want to thank the Judge Justice Zainab Bashir, who stood her ground and delivered this landmark judgment. You know, since after the election in 2023, and the word judiciary sounds archaic and sounds something offensive in the minds of Nigerians. Yes. But by these judgments, I think Zainab, it's still the last hope of the common man. I appreciate my lawyer, Barrister Mustafa Agbarere, is the best lawyer in the world.
All right. On to the story. In a show of solidarity, the chairman of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State, Tony Okocha, on Friday visited members of the Martina Mewule-led faction of the House of Assembly. During the visit on Friday, Okocha assured them of unwavering support from the leadership and members of the APC in Rivers State. Addressing the group, Okocha condemned the recent incidents of alleged intimidation from Governor Similaye Fubara. In a statement he signed, Okocha reiterated the importance of the Assembly's role in legislating for the state, urging members to remain resolute in their duty to enact meaningful laws. He reaffirmed the APC's commitment to standing with the Assembly members during challenging times. Now, Mr. Ugochukwu, I want to ask you, what is your take on with the IPC-led caretaker committee, Tony Okocha, speaking out for APC and showing solidarity for the Martin Samehule-led faction in face of the crisis in the State House of Assembly?
Let me first of all join ATN in congratulating my brother here, because when you said you paraphrased the congratulations and what happened, it is not easy in Nigeria for you to be purged of an allegation. You know what it means. Since 2-3 years ago, a sexual harassment allegation was laid on him, and You know, they said the wheels of justice grind slowly but surely. And at the end, justice prevailed and the truth surfaced. So congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Going to our discourse, Tony Okocha, I've always made my positions known about him. Tony Okocha is playing the opposition politics. Anybody that had, you know, positioned him for this particular task will not be, you know, regretting it. Will not say, I have not made the right choice. You know, and also his representation of Rivers State in the board of NDDC, you could see the projects that he's attracting. His name is being sung all over the state, what he's doing. So you could see that is what we say about the PDP National. The PDP National don't know how to play the opposition because they never knew APC will, you know, push them out of power the way they did. They just literally put the rug off their feet. And they are still, since 2015, trying to find their feet. You know, Okocha going to the house, to the legislative quarters, where the 25 Martin Samuel-led House of Assembly members are holding their sittings to go and reassure them. Because there are some things you'll be doing. If the elders are not with you, you'll be afraid. Just like you're traveling on a road, and about 5, 6, 7 kilometers, you didn't see any other car coming, either moving through or coming behind you. You will ask yourself some questions. Are human beings using this particular road? So you know that, you know, with the fray and the tension in the state, Wednesday, Thursday, and the commando style with which the governor stormed the assembly, and they say they all cried in the night, the baby died in the morning. So you now see why Tony Okocha has to show that character and solidarity to say, my children, I'm with you, that you can be assured that I'm with you, you're not alone in this. So he showed an exemplary leadership. Okay. He showed that he has not gone to sleep and leaving them like children without guidance. So I must commend him. All right. I must say that Tony Okocha is the face of opposition in Rivers State. And very soon, I think he will be, I will prophesy that very soon he will be the chairman of the leading political party in Rivers State. Okay. You're prophesying? Yes. Okay, very well. Now, let me come to you, Mr. Zoe. What is your take on this move by Tony Okocha? Okay.
I don't know, my colleague here is also a prophet. But I want to say this. Okay.
You want to prophesy as well?
On a very serious note, we are where we are. And these are the characters like Tony Okocha. They are, and his set of leaders in Rivers State are responsible for where we are today. Now, when you say Tony Okocha is going to pay solidarity, supporting the House of Assembly, pay solidarity or sympathize with the Rivers people. Because at the center of all this is the Rivers people that are on the receiving end. Whether the banter, whether the attack is coming from the governor's camp, whether it's coming from the former Governor Wike's camp, Tony Okocha, whoever. Rivers people is at the receiving end. So the question is, what is the leadership of Tony Okocha that you're talking about? What has...
That's where the question now lies. You said that...
At that material time, they were leaving the party. Were there any crisis in PDP?
Hold on, Mr. Zoe. When they made their statements as to why they defected, they gave reason as to why they defected. Now, that is why the court will have to determine whether the reason they gave is in line with the proviso. You said the Constitution, with regards to defection,
it's explicit.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Now, how can it be self-executing when there is a proviso? The proviso stops it from being self-executing, which means since these lawmakers have defected and gave reasons based on the proviso, it is now at the discretion of the court to determine whether their reason falls in line with the Constitution.
I agree with you, but the question again is their reason cogent and factual?
Now that's like,
because immediately they gave that reason, the national leadership of the party, PDP, came up and made a statement. There is no crisis after the election. There is no crisis. If there is crisis, even their leader, the minister, will not have his place in the just concluded national executive meeting they held at the party at the national level. But the point we are making here is about Tony Okosha paying visits to those people. Tony Okosha paying visits, as my colleague here will be praising him. What is Tony Okosha's interest for Rivers people in all of this? Why paying visits to the APC House of Assembly member? That's the question Tony Okosha should answer for Rivers people.
All right, Mr. Ugochukwu, I know you have a comeback for that. What do you have to say?
You know, when everybody continue to hinge on the section of the Constitution 109, section of the Constitution 109G, I mean, it is like you really punctured his line of thought by asking whether it's self-executing. If it were to be self-executing, the INEC would have withdrawn their certificate of return. There's no two ways about it. That means the Constitution, if the Constitution is self-executing, then the judiciary's role in democracy or in the governance of any nation will be zero. There will be no need for the judiciary to function. But hence there is judiciary. Judiciary comes in and there is a confusion. And you know why I like Constitution? Constitution always have legs. They have clauses. Because it is in that clause that will not make that particular section an end in itself. That particular clause, which he have cited, that if there is a crisis, it will now behold on the judiciary to interpret whether the assertion of the crisis that was existing in PDP by their defection, because those men are not baby politicians. Most of them have been in the House Assembly for, some of them are serving their 7th or 6th tenure in the House. So Martin Samehule is also a legal practitioner. So they must have gotten their acts right before they made that move. No politician would like to shoot himself on the foot. No politician would like to tread a road that he will not be able to retrace his steps back. And it is left for the courts to interpret. Remember, I always cite the 25% of Abuja in an electioneering voting as an example. Everybody was saying hula baloo of what do you call it, the 25%, which P2B won. And the present president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was not able to secure 25% in the FCT. The same constitution they are pointing at now said explicitly that, and Abuja, which is now a conjunction, or is Abuja becoming an existing state in the federation on its own, or is Abuja the center piece of Nigeria when you're coming to the states? It was left for the Supreme Court to decide. And the Supreme Court took their time and interpreted people that were saying and Abuja and the people they are saying with Abuja. They were able to give their judgment. So let us wait until this litigation gets to the final court and the interpretations will be given. Is it as soon as you defect from your political party, you have lost grip of the seat. And again, no two cases are the same. You cannot use a reference of a case that have been adjourned in 2021, which the law evolves, the society evolves. So the interpretation, what of the United Kingdom that doesn't have a written constitution? Their constitutions are doctrines of necessity. That is why you could see somebody like Ike Kuremadu being jailed. That was not in the history of their state or their nation. There has not been a case like that. But because of the doctrine of necessity and the evolving of the society and how the society is becoming, dubious, and the society is becoming evil, and they now to curtail those issues that are drifting the state into a state of lawlessness, a state of where people can now use their fellow human beings as how do they use the term? They say the term is organ harvesting. So before it was not there, those terms were not there, but because of the evolving of the state and the society, those things have come to stay. So let us wait for the courts. And for Tony Okocha, he did what a leader should do at the material time. And let's not forget, my colleague was saying that whom are the 25 members represented? They have their supporters, they have their constituents, because until the court vacates them and INEC withdraws their certificate of return, they are still speaking for their constituents. So, sir, they are representatives of their constituents.
And they are representing the interests of their constituents at this point.
The interest of their constituents is for governance of the state. And whatever law they are making is to reshape the society.
I'm happy my colleague here said that these people have been in the House of Assembly for ages. Where were they in the last 8 years of the previous administration? When the governor was governing these states with strong hands, making executive power laws, demolishing private businesses, filling station, hotels, making all manner of laws, coming against discerning opinion or perceived political opponent. Where were these House of Assembly members? Where is the state budget in the last 8 years? Where is the budget? How have they been making laws?
Actually, we are not X-raying the previous administration.
Yes, we are not, because he made a reference of them being in the house. That means they have been there. They know what to do.
They know their
now,
rights.
in this case, are they making laws for the interest of their constituency? That's the question to ask.
They are.
They are making laws.
They are making laws.
Amending the laws of the local government laws in the middle of the way.
It is in your own mind that is playing. It is in your own mind that is playing, because
my concern in this whole thing is where is the interest of the Rivers people in all of these interests?
If I may ask, you raised a very valid point, which I would want to ask you, Mr. Zoe, when you talked about the recent laws that the 27 lawmakers have made so far. If I may ask, are those laws anti-people?
They are anti-people, they are anti the government.
How so?
The essence of the legislation is to work in accordance with the executive.
Can you pinpoint the...
For example, the local government law. How can you come in the middle of... Remember, it is this same House of Assembly with the Amerula being the leader of the House at that material time that made law. You see, when you are doing something, in my place they said you don't throw stone in the market. You never can tell. Your mother or any person can be in the market and will be affected. When these people were in the House of Assembly and they were trying to please the former governor, they made law. There was a time the caretaker committee, when the tenure of elected local government chairman has expired, there is a room for caretaker, so that within that period the SEC will be able to conduct election. Now, when the former governor came in, that period of time for caretaker was 3 months. Now, because of his personal interest, he extended that 3 months to 6 months. Not just that, he went ahead to enact a law in the rest of time.
Lady Choma, before you flip, I'm glad that my colleague is bringing out those penitent issues. Is there, when a man understands that the law he has made is not in tandem with the time, the lawmakers, remember a few minutes ago I talked about the evolving world. When the tides and the times have changed, that is why any law that is passed now is subject to amendment. you can call for that law. That is why when you had the Petroleum Act, the Petroleum Bill, when it became an act, the people find out there were lacunas, and they started calling for the rejig, even when it had not started being implemented. So is there anything that a man who is not an embodiment of knowledge, who lives in an evolving and changing world, and you find out that a law you have made a year ago is no longer in tandem with the times and tides? Is there anything wrong for you to rejig the law with the present realities? It is number one. So now that the assembly members has understood that the laws they made is no longer favorable with the times, they have to call for its amendment. And they didn't do it unilaterally. They even sent the correspondence to the governor. The governor refused that sent. And again, in the same constitution you're talking about, that same constitution has said there should be no usage of what? Of the local government administrator or caretaker committee. And they have now said there should be no vacuum in that particular, because you're saying that the constitution have said that once you vacate your seat, you are no longer a member of the house. And the scenario that played in Edo State in 2021 will not play here, because those people were not sworn in this particular issue, that they are making laws. They have called for the laws.
Local government.
They have called for the laws, so that the local government.
The question is, what is the need for this amendment of the law?
That particular.
See, when you are making laws,
reason and rationality.
What is your rationality? What is your reason for coming to make the law? Again, you must not make law for your own benefit.
If you remember, if you recall, just recently, this issue of local government autonomy, you know, and legislative autonomy as well, has been recently debated on the floor of the National House, if you recall. And a bill has been passed to that effect, waiting for ratification from the states.
Yes.
So which means that this has been an ongoing issue. It has been an ongoing issue. In fact, sometime in 4 years ago, and even in 2010, the same law, the same bill, was also pushed forward, but it was not ratified by all the states because they needed 24 states to ratify that bill, but only 23 ratified. Because of one state, it failed, and now it has come up again. Is it not an issue of concern? Is it not an issue of concern? Now, when you also say it is anti-people, this has to do with governance, and it's just like saying, okay, probably if people have been doing things wrongly, after a while, it should be adopted as a way of life.
No, that's not the point.
Your argument is that the law, the laws that have been passed is self-serving and not actually in the interest of the people.
Exactly. Now, look at it. What you're saying in terms of, I am one of those who are pushing for local government autonomy and independent candidate. No. This is quite a different case.
Your grounds is the motive.
No, the motive. That's very important.
No.
But the motive and the period. Yes, the motive and the timing.
How can you preempt?
It is with every ulterior motive.
How can you preempt?
The actions are there. The actions are there.
How can you sit here and say
that it is self-serving? If the former governor and now minister of state and the governor are working together with the House of Assembly make such law. These are the things we are talking about, the motive and the timing. It is totally wrong. The law will not stand.
I need us to establish something now so we can move on to another story. Mr. Zoe, now the law in itself, like you have posited, is not bad.
That's not exactly what...
The issue that you have, your grounds with this bill, it's not anti-people, but the grounds is the motive and the timing.
The timing.
But the law in itself is not bad, correct?
That's not even the law itself. We need to look at it critically. Why are they making it this particular time? And what is the motive for making it this time?
We have established the timing and the motive.
I've not looked at it. I've not looked at the details. I've not looked at the details of the law.
If you have
My
not looked at the
concern.
details, how then are you
Yeah, the motive.
But why do you preempt man?
It's not about preempting. It's not about preempting. We are talking about my concern is the motive and the timing. Why are you coming up to amend the law of the local government now, when the tenure of the sitting local government chairman is about to end and the governor is preparing to conduct an election? With this kind of with this kind of atmosphere they are creating, with this kind of atmosphere they are creating, it will take the governor some time.
When you say the governor is planning to conduct an election, are you aware that there are constitutions that guide local government elections?
Yes.
And in part of the constitution is that 3 months to the expiration of the tenure of council chairman, it's expected that campaigns and party primaries and everything and activities will be in full swing.
Yes.
And then are you also aware that RISEC so far has been unable to do anything because they say they have not been funded? And 3 months is coming to an end. And you're saying here that the governor is trying to conduct election, when from his body language it's clear to everybody, including you, that he's not trying to conduct elections. That's on one hand. Now, the other one, you said that the bills, particularly the local government bill, is anti-people. But now you have established that your grouse, which I can respect, is that it is the motive behind it and the time.
Yes.
But the bill that you're saying is anti-people. You have also said you do not know the content of the bill.
No, so I said I've not taken. No. I didn't say I do not. I looked at what this governor is going through, emotionally and psychologically. I think what his family, his children and wife are going through, just because he's the governor of the state. These people, as you can see in their actions, they are making things difficult, making the atmosphere, the state ungovernable, so that the governor cannot carry out his duties. And in that case, the governor has been the governor. He will have to govern in the midst of this crisis they are raising. So he needs time to prepare for this election, so that we don't go into election and there will be killings and troubles in the state.
Very valid point you raised there, Mr. Zoe. But the question, you said that these are concerns that the governor...
I think that is as important as the local government election.
At the appropriate time, the governor will address Rivers people. The governor is not a governor who always calls the media to make statements and abuse people, abuse Rivers. No, that's not our governor. Watch the body language of the governor. He is very strategic. He is very...
And the constitution has given it into the hands of the state to conduct its affairs. The Electoral Act has also, given it to the state sex to conduct the elections of their local governments. And the House of Assembly is inundated with the powers to make laws that governs the running of the local governments within their states. It behoves on them either to give them a 2-year tenure or 3 years or 4 years, as the case may be. And a governor who assumed office 29th May last year, 2023, who knew that he is running in the next year is an electionary year, and he presented the budget, and he did not capture the budget that will take care of the elections. Just like many pundits, I don't want to say that Choma has asked you, but many pundits have said that from his body language in his mind, he has no intention of conducting the election, because if Governor Sim Fubara wants to conduct the election, he would have known. He will not say that he didn't know, because he has been in the corridors of power, and his handlers will tell him, even days on weekend, would have told him that next year is the local government elections are coming up, and in the budget, he should have captured it. And you don't tell me that the River State Electoral Commission did not give him the hint or bring the proposal to him to be captured in the lifetime of this 2024 budget. No, that is, I'm not preempting it, but that is it. Because a budget has been passed. A budget has been passed, and those things should be captured. And hence the governor didn't capture it. He don't have any need. And another thing that he did was, when these heated arguments were coming, when the local government, the conducting of the elections was shrouded in secrecy and speculations, he would have come out and make a statement, even in his office,
Nobody gags him. Nobody tells him, after all, on Thursday he came out
So
and went to the complex. So he should have made a press statement knowing that this is an important organ of the government. And this gives him a base for him to solidify the hold of PDP in the state.
All right. Let's correct this impression. Okay. Number one, don't forget, the previous governor did not conduct election for almost 2 years.
So will you continue to
I am coming. I listen to you. I am coming. I am coming. I listen to you. Let it be on record. The previous governor did not conduct election for almost 2 years. That's on record. Now, the governor of Rivers State, look at his body language. He doesn't take the governance of local government lightly. He is very concerned. Of course, you can see with his Thanksgiving movement to the various LGA.
That's it's also I'm coming. It's also an achievement.
It's also an opportunity. You are not going to those Thanksgiving to see what is happening.
That's the only thing we are celebrating.
It's an opportunity the governor is using. You know, Rivers people have gone through a lot of psychological and traumatic period under the last administration. This governor is using this Thanksgiving opportunity to reach out to the people, to understand their side, and to make them to come back, to have feelings of the government again. Having done that, is know that the governance of local government is very important for the stability of the state.
Is the Thanksgiving of the people or conducting elections? Is Thanksgiving in this local government? Is it governance?
No, it's not governance. Yes.
Is it governance?
No, it's not governance. I am not.
Is it a psychological therapy?
Is conducting local government election part of governance?
Yeah, of course, it's part of governance.
Thanksgiving and conducting of election, which should take preeminence? Which should take priority?
No, let's take it this way. There are issues in the state. There are political crises in the state, and if in the wisdom of the governor, organizing a Thanksgiving is a political Thanksgiving, of course. We'll be able to dazzle tensions. Yes, bringing feelings, by bringing the people back to close to the government. That is one thing. See, it's very significant. You are underrating the impact of this. The people are feeling the presence of the governor coming to see them in their LGA. Look at when he was on his way to Calabari, somewhere in a local government. Some people came out in their local government and said, "No, Mr. Governor, you must stop to see us." I think he's a local government also. And he stopped. See, these things have their impact politically. But having said that, election must be conducted in a conducive atmosphere. The governor cannot take, because of election, take the security and lives and property of Rivers people for granted, just as the previous governor. If it is the previous governor, I know he will go ahead and conduct election. He doesn't care how many people died in the election. This governor is not interested in shedding blood in Rivers State. Rivers people are more important to the governor.
Let me ask you, Mr. Zoe. First of all, that statement was very harsh, and it's way out of line for you to say that about the FCT.
No, I said he will go ahead and conduct election. I'm not saying he will kill. He will carry out his activities. He will go and conduct election, even in atmosphere. You are in this state. You know what happened.
Now, let me build a bit on what you have said very quickly before I move into the other topic. Now, you said that the governor is concerned about the lives of the Rivers people, and considering the crisis in the state and how volatile Rivers State can be, he has thought in his wisdom. That's correct. Now, the question would be, looking at the level of tension in the polity right now, and the fact that this appears to be a volcanic eruption that may happen if nothing is done, I will ask again, why can't the governor come out to address the Rivers people, saying that this is a front burner issue, and if these elections are not conducted, might lead to unrest, it might lead to anarchy. If these elections are not conducted, there are parties that will react to it. So why can't the governor, like you said from his body language, he's a peace-loving man. If he's a peace-loving man and he has been moving around doing Thanksgiving, feeling the pulse of the people, he should also be able to feel the pulse of Rivers people, that this will be a major problem and it will lead to a major crisis. The question is, in view of peace, like you have said that he's a peaceful man, why can't the governor address this concern and douse the tension in the polity? Is it not timely? Is addressing the Rivers people over this issue? It's a front burner issue. You can't take that away. Can the governor say Thanksgiving is more important than a front burner issue that have the capacity to erupt the polity of the state? Is it fair that in face of all the crises going on, the governor is silent, the governor is doing nothing, the governor is conducting Thanksgivings in all the local governments, feeling the pulses of the people, but not addressing the demon in the room?
No. See, it is not correct to say the governor is not saying anything.
What has the governor said with respect to the
governor is not doing anything. See, the governor is doing a lot. See,
the question is with respect to the council
governance has a lot, and it starts with the black box, what they call the black box, what happens inside. The governor is consulting. The governor is still reaching out for reconciliation. The governor is meeting elders, how he can bring people together.
So
I'm coming. So that, see, you don't see, there's a saying that it is better. I'm coming. There's a saying that it is better not to
the governor
say.
is consulting.
See, the governor is the chief security of I'm coming.
Sir, please. Can the constitution?
She asked a question, and if you permit me, see, there is a wise saying that it is better not to sail than to sail to sink the ship. I'll tell you what Abraham Lincoln said. He told when there was an emergency and he has to go into war, and for you to go to war in the Constitution of America, the Congress must approve. By this particular time, Congress was not in session. And so the president executed the war. He released funds and executed the war. So when Congress came back, they wanted to impeach him. When Congress came back, they wanted to impeach him. And he said, it is better to sacrifice a sheep to save a human, but it is not wise to sacrifice a human to save a sheep. That is what we are having here, and that is the wisdom the governor is applying. He wants to ensure that there is a peaceful atmosphere. And mind you, no matter how heated the politics is, the governor is still open-hearted to receive this other camp. If at the end of the day, these deranged House of Assembly members can come back and reason together, they sit on table and say, we are brothers and sisters. We are one Rivers people. We cannot destroy this state for our political interest. For that reason, let's come together and make peace. The following day, election will go on. And don't forget, the governor is doing all these things behind the scene. I know what is happening behind the scene. Yes.
So I assume you are actually in the corridors of power and you're giving us timely information.
Yeah, I'm a researcher, so I do my independent research very well before I come out to say something.
So you know what is happening?
Yes, I know what is happening from my research. I know what. I don't have any closeness to the government.
All right.
You know, when we come to the national issues like the state and we are trying to mold opinions, it's not sentimental. We're only trying to bring the facts and deal with the facts. The governor has the latitude of time, which he has lost, to address the Rivers people concerning the election, whether it will hold or not. The Martin Samuel who led House of Assembly would have not gone ahead of him to start, amending the laws. But when you are cooking something in your mind, will not become the gods or angels to come and know what is in your mind. He has lost that time to address Rivers people on why elections cannot be conducted now. And mind you, this same governor has assumed the position of a peacemaker and a peace-loving maker. In one breath, he will tell Rivers people and Nigerians that there is no crisis in Rivers State. In another breath, he storms the House of Assembly in a commando style, in a way to send, whatever kind of message he wishes to send to them. And, that particular movement he made, Tony Okocha has gone to douse the tension that nothing is happening. That is where we are. Because the visit of Tony Okocha to that place is the visit of the APC national and state and the FCT minister telling the House of Assembly members that don't be afraid, time will tell. Again, when you come to what my brother said about the governor, facing governance,
is the governance that we are facing, the Thanksgiving, moving from one position to another, and that is the bane of Africa. I have no apologies to say it, that we are more holier than the Pope. What is religion in politics and governance? What is the role of religion in making services and goods available, and making sure that the good governance takes place in your state? The Supreme Court, a judgment that has been delivered over time and people have forgotten it. And when you ambush them, they will tell you that no, Martin Samehule and Dev City should not disturb that it is time for governance.
I'm happy he used the word ambush, and that's what they have been doing. No,
that is
always ambushing the governor. That's the word. That's what they have been doing.
Now
I'm happy you are open. They are always ambushing the governor. That's what they are doing. I'm happy. You see, the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Ambush. How can you ambush a governor and you want him to conduct election?
Let me ask you a question.
That is the language the governor's camp have been making.
But let me correct an impression. He said the governor has lost a time. The governor will not lose any time.
He has lost time.
The governor will not lose any time. See, personally, I don't subscribe to a Thanksgiving.
But now,
personally, I don't subscribe to a Thanksgiving because
I'm
coming. Let me explain.
That is what the governor is doing.
When a statement is made, you give room for explanation.
I
say personally,
no, I am
not in the governor's camp. I am not this thing. But personally, I don't subscribe a governor or government going into Thanksgiving.
Okay.
After the swearing in of a government, what should take place is governance. Now, having said that, I now watch. I'm a researcher. I look at everything. My laboratory is what the society there. I look at this Thanksgiving. Okay, they caption it Thanksgiving, which I don't subscribe at all. But I look at what is the impact of it. Remember, this governor was caged prior to him becoming a well, look, I don't even support.
So let me
see. I like being frank.
He was caged. It would have. It might be an
okay. Let me not caged. He was not given. No, he was not. Not caged.
Names that we are known. Names that we are known.
We are jettisons. Yes, I agree with you. Yes.
Not just that. Names that we are known that even ran for election. Even on unknown platforms, their name alone made way for them.
Yes.
Their name alone gave them a fan base. Their name alone made waves. Example, P2B and the Labour Party. We can go on, even inside, even in Rivers State. Senator Magnus Abe went to SDP. Was SDP
who knows her before?
But the truth but the truth of the matter is this, because we have to be.
You've not allowed me land. I said
I needed to bring that out.
Okay.
You know, when you say he was
not caged. He was not given the route. Somebody was doing the campaign for him.
Does that mean this is indicting on the governor?
Of course.
Does that mean?
Of course.
That
all of them have their blame.
Emerge on the mandate of the Rivers people.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I said when the governor prior to the I didn't vote for him because it wasn't my choice, because I felt he was being imposed on us. So I didn't vote for him. But now here we are. Now he's the governor. He has to reach out to the people himself.
Okay.
Speak to that. I'm talking about the Thanksgiving something that I told you I did.
My
concern
was the caging.
I've removed that word. I've removed it. Yes. I've retracted it. Yes. Okay. So he has to reach out to the people. I now looked at what the Thanksgiving is doing. He's directly reaching out to the people. Sometimes I'm not part of their trip to see what is happening. The people come out, they relate within it has psychological effect on the people. Yes. And
gives them a
sense of belonging. Thank you. That's the right word. A sense of belonging. Okay. And once that platform is created, the governor can now officially speak to the people and they will listen. Say, look, I am a man of peace. We must go into this election in peace. While he's doing that, he's also reaching out to the political class, the elders, the traditional, every institution that is responsible to make sure we have a peaceful, free and fair election.
He's using my time.
So these are the issues. So the governor does not lose any time. He will not lose any time.
Okay.
At the appropriate time, the governor will do the needful, and Rivers people will be better off with this governor.
Time lost cannot be regained. And once a man makes a mistake, the best time to correct it is when he realizes
the governor has not made any mistake other than you people continue to ambushing him. The governor has not made any mistake. They keep ambushing him. Ambushing the governor so that he can govern.
If I begin to react, he will not live here. If I come in, we will not end it here. So I've been trying to manage my time and allow you to bring out the things I'm using to react to what you're saying. You said that the governor, is his peaceful disposition and going around, the people are with him. If he knows that the people are with him, this will be my final submission. Let him go to the battlefield and test his popularity. Let him conduct the local government elections and test his popularity, because he has been going around Thanksgiving. Remember that when this Thanksgiving started, the governor, distanced himself. He was even saying that he's not part of it, that people are doing it on their own, that he's not part of it, because he could not fathom the extent to which the crisis was brewing. And at a time when he knew that he has committed so much blunders, he now drifted to the people. And now you have drifted to the people, and the people have accepted you. Test your popularity in the field. Let us know how popular you are.
Okay. The governor is not only willing.
What is the fears?
Choma, the governor is not only willing. He is ready to test his popularity in the field if they stop ambushing him.
There are no crises, as the governor have said. We don't have crisis in Rivers State.
Okay.
But there is an ambushment.
Let the governor go. That is exactly the camp of the governor uses.
All right.
That is their word.
All right.
And that is not what is happening. The only thing is that
the governor will test his popularity. We want you to stop ambushing him.
Legislature is doing is that they have seen a law that have been made, which has become anti-people, and they have rejected it to see
the same law they made. The same law they made 2-3 years ago.
It does not matter the time.
We look at PDP warning APC to stay clear of Rivers State. Do not go away.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
All access to our money we put in the bank. She said 3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to? I've always said there are two sets of people on earth: the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which are you.
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability.
Challenge how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. It's still open air on Atlantic Television Network. The People's Democratic Party has warned the All Progressive Congress to stay clear of Rivers State, saying the party should perish thoughts of forcefully taking over the state. This is even as the PDP claimed that the recent statements by the APC on the ongoing political crisis in Rivers State has further exposed its hallucinating and manipulative plots to force itself into government in the state against the will of the people. PDP spoke in a statement by Debo Ologunagba, its National Publicity Secretary, on Saturday. Ologunagba said APC labored without success to subvert the constitution on the vacation of seats by former members of the Rivers State House of Assembly who, according to him, have lost their membership of the Legislative House upon defection from the party. According to him, the APC should come to terms with the vacation of seats by the former lawmakers. Now, if I may come to you, Mr. Ugochukwu, let me start with you. What is your take on PDP warning APC to stay clear? Now, it appears that the crisis in Rivers State has taken a turn. Political parties are now fighting for dominance. What do you have to say to that?
APC has no role to play in the crisis rocking Rivers State.
Okay.
Because APC were on their own for the 25 lawmakers began, and they only sought refuge in APC. So APC did not, twist them to come and hibernate with them, or to come and cohabit with them. It was they are adults, they are political adults for that matter. Their own evolution. They find out that the only place they can find shelter and safety is in APC's house, and they so cross-carpeted. And going by what PDP National is saying, Debo Ologunagba is saying, he shouldn't have directed what he's saying to the APC. He should have directed it to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, who holds sway in Rivers State PDP. Because PDP should go and put their own house in order before they will come out to make such a press statement. You know the reason? When you know the root of a problem and you don't want to tackle it, you're playing to the gallery. Because as far as we are concerned, we know that the fallout that's happening within the PDP arena is because of the disputes, the political dispute between the FCT minister, who was the former governor of Rivers State, and the present governor of Rivers State, Semilaye Fubara. So PDP, they know what to do, and they are only playing the blame game. They have all the latitude of time. Yes, Wike have not cross-carpeted to APC. He has not told the world and Nigerians that he is no longer a member of PDP. And the last national executive meeting, he was there. And all of them fraternized. So the devil in the room is this. None of them, both federal and state, most of the factional state members of PDP, the leaders now, or the elites in PDP, none of them helped in the making of Semilaye Fubara. That's the truth. Let us always face the truth. So if there is a problem, the only person that have the capacity and capability of solving that problem is Nyesom Wike. And if you want to appease and bring peace in PDP, I'm not talking about Rivers State now, go and meet Nyesom Wike and iron out whatever, dispute or whatever misgivings, whatever disagreements that you had prior to the elections and the fallout of the presidential primaries of PDP. That's the cure ED. Let them stop disturbing APC. APC is not their problem. Their problem is they have not mended fences and they have not realized that they hurt Nyesom Wike. If they realize it and go to him and say, sir, we are sorry, it is part of politics and politics is gone. Can we, 2023 is gone, can we begin to, come together to see how we can reposition ourselves better for 2027? If they continue to play to the gallery at this time, when the clocks are ticking, They are wasting their time. APC is there at the federal. APC is repositioning themselves in Rivers State through their caretaker committee chairman, Tony Okocha, and they continue to do a blame game. No. They cannot sit side by side or before Nyesom Wike and begin to accuse him. Who played the role? Those people in Rivers State that were called the Abuja boys. We know them in Rivers State. The people, hence somebody can assume you are saying you're a grassroots politician, but you are based in Abuja. They are calling you Abuja boy. The likes of Lee Meba, the likes of Uche Secondus and their likes. What role did they play in bringing Fubara to seat? What role did they play in making sure that PDP won Rivers State in the governorship election and they clinch all the 32 seats that is daring in the Rivers State House Assembly? It was this man, Nyesom Wike, that stood his ground and the campaign vigorously, saying that PDP, if Nyesom Wike is dispassionate with PDP, he would have quickly aligned with APC. Hence, he has agreed to deliver Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he would have had a free ride, trying to move into APC and deliver Rivers State for APC. But to show that he's a party man, and he has been the pillar and the major financier of PDP from 2015, when PDP lost the grip to the federal seat, and all of them, started cross-carpeting, all of them went into hiding, all of them. Even Secondus was the person that positioned Secondus to assume the national chairman of PDP. Well, Nyesom Wike, it is on public knowledge. So my advice is to PDP is let them stop looking for the he-goat where there is none.
Okay. Let
them go to Nyesom Wike and reconcile with Nyesom Wike, and it will be huru for them. And they will begin to have a genuine, sincerity of purpose in moving to Nyesom Wike and say that we know we betrayed you. It has to come from them. Nyesom Wike is waiting for them. We want to say that we betrayed you and we have realized our mistakes. And we know that without you, we can do nothing. Because let them expect...
Is that not arrogant?
No, it is not arrogating.
Too many powers to man.
Can I come in at this point?
See, let the idea PDP.
This is the mindset they have. This is the mindset of their leader.
Television. Idea PDP on national television is not playing to the gallery. Where was the articles of this world? Where was the articles? Who made Secondus? Who brought in Iyochi Ayo? Let us face the reality. I'm not arrogating a lot of... The powers is political power. We are talking about political power. Who can stand by you and you get what you want? Okay. And who has been there for PDP during reign, during take and turn, during so on, and now you want to use, numerical strength. When you come to politics, we know that majority carries the vote, but there are also people that play a vital role in making sure that the party stands. If not someone like Nyesom Wike, PDP would have been a history by now.
All right, Mr. Zoe, you can have your say.
All right, what I want to say on this particular headline is that both PDP and APC should stay clear from Rivers State.
Both parties?
Yes, both parties.
So
not
which
just
party
APC.
will be acceptable?
Let them stay clear because these are the parties that put us where we are today.
Okay.
That's the issue. But having said that, let me take my colleague from the issues he has raised here. See, I like addressing or analyzing issues, okay, on morality, logic, and the law. It is only when you look at issue from the point of moral, logic, and law that you'll be able to be fair. Now, you can see the way he has sounded concerning the former minister. He said the former minister, we give it to him. Okay. I am telling you as a Rivers man today. Let me make my mind open. It's something I carry in my mind, but let me open it. It's not a loop. See, these are the problems. See, when you people have this mentality, we will not go anywhere. I'm not for Wike. I have a lot of things that I'm not happy that Wike has done. Okay? But if today Wike is coming out for president as a Rivers man, I will do everything within my power to support him to become the president of Nigeria. That is what I hold Wike.
Because he's a Rivers
man. He's a Rivers man, yes.
Or because he's going to...
No. One, because he's a Rivers man. Two, he would, if he would, that I cannot tell for him. That I cannot tell for him. But because of the politics of Nigeria, the way politics is in Nigeria, you have to go for your own. That I hold Wike. So I will give you my support.
You vote for him based on sentiment?
No, not on sentiment. Not on sentiment. That's sad. Yeah, they are not doing zoning. So if it is zoning and then it's gone, won't I vote for my state man? I will.
It's not sentiment. When you're not voting for capacity, but you're voting for...
Capacity? You are there in the last election. Are you talking about capacity? Is Nigeria able, with what he's saying now, will Nigeria look at capacity? If it is capacity, I have my candidate. Or more election where he's the only candidate that has capacity, competence, character, and courage to lead Nigeria. Right now. Okay, so let me take the mentality they have and their leader. Seeing this man as God, when he said, yes, Wike was the person who single-handedly produced a governor in Rivers State. How? That is the question to ask. How did he do it? When he said, I'm coming now, I listen to you. I listen to you. Now, when you say these other political bigwigs in Rivers State, the likes of Nimiba, Secondus, Abie Sekibo, they were not there. You were here in Rivers State. These people were not given the opportunity. The level of intimidation, the level of harassment, the level of insecurity surrounding these people as far as the governorship election is concerned. You are all here. Now, when you say Governor Wike single-handedly worked for this governor and made him the governor. For what purpose? For what purpose? He thinks he can bring this man and make him the governor and extend his tenure.
He would have done that, moving him to APC.
I'm coming now.
No, this is not a rational thought. No, he would have moved him to any other party. No, you interjected when I was...
I did it.
When she had not asked a question, you interjected me. Because now, if you're saying that he has the capacity as the governor of the state to move him in any mushroom political party and still make him the good governor.
You will react to him later.
So he did all this thinking that the boy will still be a boy. Unfortunately, the boy has become a man now, and there are issues. So when you aggregate all these powers to Yeso Wike, that the PDP as a party, an institution, should go to one man. And that is where we are coming in to say, it's time we begin to build our institution over strong men. It's because our institutions are weak that somebody will sit here and say that a whole party made up of different sets of the society, the country, should go to one man because he is the one that made the party. How? See, people will come, people will go. The likes of Obasanjo, Alex Ekweme, Solomon La, they have all gone. They are no longer there again. Wike too come and go. Now, the party have laws. There are rules and regulations of the party. As Wike follows these rules and regulations, someone who is a member of PDP, winning election for APC, the party should still go to that kind of person. So we need to balance these things when we are talking. The party, I beg you, my brother, PDP, except, of course, they don't know what, if they know what they are doing by now, they should be able to suspend or even expel Yeso Wike, because he has flagrantly disobeyed every law that exists in the party. He is one man who is saying one thing and is doing different thing. So for you to say that the party should go to Yeso Wike and kneel down and apologize to him, what did they do? Was the PDP primary not fair enough? He was the one who said that at the end of the party, it doesn't matter what happened. At the end of the primaries, he is going to fall in line as a party man. What were his actions after the party's primary? And then you're saying that the party, it's time we begin to make sure that institutions become stronger than individuals. So the issue of the party...
My brother was reacting to it. I thank him for all the things he has brought out. Because if you say, I never said on national television that PDP should go and kneel down before Wike. It is your words. So now, all of us, we are in Nigeria, we have been following the political trends in Nigeria, and we know what became of PDP after 2015. And Nyesom Wike successfully, conducted 2 national congresses, not states, and he foot the bills.
Is that what the party law says?
So the party,
is that what the party law says? This alone is a...
use emotions to analyze issues. What we are saying here is the realities on ground. And once the Igbo adage that says when you wear a wristwatch, you don't need a mirror to look at it.
The reality should be in line with the laws. The reality should be in line with the laws.
Let him have his say.
The laws of PDP were there.
That one single person should finance the party. That one single person should pick from for other people to contest election. Is that the laws?
You're repeating yourself, actually.
When the party has not found Nyesom Wike guilty, when the party has not even said that Nyesom Wike run foul of the constitution of the party, I don't know who assumes the constitution.
Because we have strong men and not strong institutions.
So those issues that have laid on the table are facts that are not, you don't even need to verify it because they are stark naked on the minds of Nigerians. And the PDP members knows that. So when you come and we are saying that Nyesom Wike, he should be apologized to, yes, because they know they wronged him. One, PDP did not stick to the rotational of the zoning of the presidential seats, which are gone to the south. So that alone was what made Nyesom Wike, Bola Tinubu, who is fair, he must set up a committee that will find him guilty. Then from there, we know we know the next step, which I know they cannot dare to do because of what he has put into the party, because it is him who has made the party to stand strong today.
It is because we have strong men and not strong institutions.
We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we continue. Do not go away.
It's not about the Tonte. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
you human trafficking.
Honorable
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Presenting Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. POS operator, she said 3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the Tonte. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
People. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has said backing Governor Siminalayi Fubara was a mistake he would correct at the appropriate time. The FCT minister insisted he made mistakes in his judgment of Fubara and asked the people of the local government area and political family to forgive him. He said at the appropriate time, they would correct the mistake, insisting that he would continue to make his detractors angry so that they would keep making mistakes. He also responded to some developments and actions from the camp of Rivers Governor Siminalayi Fubara on the ongoing political crisis in the state. Wike spoke on Saturday at the grand civic reception held at Ogbolo in honor of Chief George Thompson Sekebo to celebrate his 20 years of service at the national and 36 years of his life in public service. The former Rivers governor told Fubara's camp that no injunctions obtained at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. would stop the law and due process from taking its course in the state. Wike told the lawmakers not to be afraid, saying nobody would remove them as assembly members. Reacting to Fubara's remarks that he would not worship anybody, Wike said he had never asked anybody to worship him. Now, Mr. Ugochukwu, what is your take on these statements by the FCT minister?
The FCT minister, in his charismatic nature and abstinence, and he's an orator. You will not, but always want to listen to him. And he's not somebody that will be speaking and you fall asleep. There are those who are given that natural gift. Some people are leaders, speakers. When they want to speak, people will just be itching to hear the next thing that he was going to say, because he will keep you guessing until he finishes whatever he has to say. And even after that, people will be yearning for more. That is the person of Chief E.M. Wike. What he said in the occasion that he went, the Thanksgiving service of one of the Sekebos, Thompson, is what I have expected him to say all this while, because his followers, his supporters must have been very upset with him, because we know that we that are always nosing for information and news have had on good authorities that even some people whom hitherto didn't work with him in the emergence of Fubara. It's not because they don't like the person of Nyesom Wike, but they could not avouch the sincerity. They would keep to an agreement nature of Governor Sim Fubara. And after the elections, they have been vindicated. We have had some of his lieutenants that said that they warned him. And if he has come to, to eat the humble pie by apologizing, he has told the line of former president of Nigeria, the late Musa Yar'Adua, who apologized to Nigeria and saying that he knew that the process that brought him to power was flawed and that he will do everything to correct it, which is seemingly what we are enjoying as it regards to the rejigging of the Electoral Act in Nigeria today, though a lot of things are inherent to, to put in place. But Nyesom Wike, who as a leader has taken it upon himself to apologize, it is not in the character of African leaders, especially Nigerian leaders, who see themselves as God in the small letter G, to pretend over their followers. He did not assume that nature and character. So Nyesom Wike has shown humility. He has shown a character of a good leader. He has also shown the character of a leader who is ready to make amends. If I will say, I will excuse him and say that Nyesom Wike should not use the words mistake, because the human mind is where God, placed everything, the secret of man, his aspirations and desires are stored in the human heart. And it is in the mind that that is why the Holy Book says it is not what goes into a man that defies a man, rather what comes out of a man. So we will excuse him for using that choice of words, mistake. It's not a mistake, because you cannot know a man all through. Even myself as a person, sometimes you see the things that you turn out as behavior or character, you begin to question yourself, is it I that I did this? So he could not know is the countenance of a man, what a man puts out, the disposition of a man, and how a man runs around you, and how you have seen the person perform over time. Remember that Nyesom Wike and Fubara has been long-time allies. So he must have misinterpreted him. He must have misjudged he throws at you. That is what you know him for. You not go into him to probe or preempt him. So he did not make a mistake. He went with his mindset. That is all I can say. Nyesom Wike went with his mindset, and his mindset from all along what he has seen, he has adjudged it to be right. Though the turn of events and the changing of times has proved that he did not get his calculations right. And that is not to say that he made a mistake. He did not make a mistake, but I want to give it up to him that as soon as he realized that he has made a mistake, he has told himself that I will correct it.
How does he intend to do that? He said in 2027.
The correction has started. He has already...
How do you mean?
Yes, the correction has started because he has realized that he made a mistake and he has owned it up. Owning up a mistake is a roadmap towards correcting it. But if a man has not realized that he has made a mistake, he continues to make mistakes. And the time to correct a mistake he has made is not to dwell in the past.
Now,
because he cannot correct the past.
When
he will now try to correct it here and now that he has realized that he has made a mistake.
All right. Now, the concern or the major consensus among Rivers people is that part of the issues going on between the FCT minister and the governor is as a result of structure, the battle for structure. Do you believe that?
Yes, because the structures are not houses. They are not the roads.
Who controls
and the flyovers that he built. But those ones are landmark projects that is announcing that he came, he saw, and he conquered. That at a particular time that a person of Nyesom Wike swear as the governor of Rivers State, that he made an imprint
what English people call blueprint developmental strides in River State that will stand the test of time, that even is very visible to the blind and very audible to the deaf.
Now,
then when you talk about the structures, I'm trying to, so that people will not confuse structure with the developmental strides of Nyesom Wike. Because a lot of people are conflicting it. That is why I have to make that assertion clearly. But when you talk about structure are the human beings, structures are the people you have made imprint in their lives as a politician, the people that you have said, I will do A and I did the A, and they have come to believe in you. They are believing in you. They are not believing, just like you could understand what happened with the emergence of Peter Obi in cross-carpeting to Labour Party. Hideto, before he moved in, the Labour Party was in comatose. But immediately Obi moved because the people believed in his person and character. That is what you call structure. Structure is what you have built yourself to be, what you have made yourself to position yourself as a man who will say, in the night you have said A, in the morning that his structural members have followers. And before you can also go with somebody you are saying, like now, Nyesom Wike have been interacting with Sim, but he has not known him wholly. He has not known him through and through. If he can make such a mistake, if he has made such miscalculations, or if he can misread him.
When you say make mistakes, that's what I want to understand, the mistake he made.
No, he misread him.
He made mistake in pushing Sim to be a governor, because right now Sim is not aligning with the vision of the FCT minister, or is it because it would have, from my perspective, it would have probably made a lot, that this statement may have carried a lot of weight if there are concerns around the governing capacity of the governor, the governor's ability to lead in the state, the governor's ability to govern the state. So when the FCT minister is saying he made a mistake, making Fubara governor, from what angle?
We are still talking about that structural angle. It is glaring. Remember that the ticket for which Sim ran was on the continuation of the consolidation agenda. We were here in River State when the campaigns were flying. It is the consolidation.
Consolidating
the
things that
they have started. The not FCT minister, the new blueprint of River State that will return River State to the glory, not former, because he has not even gone to anywhere, not talk of former. We started seeing a lot of revolutions, to start revolutionizing the infrastructural decays in River State. Nyesom Wike, what was playing in his mind was to move into, bringing River State apart with Lagos State. Remember that all the people that have moved through the lions, political lions of Abola Ahmed Tinubu, moved in with the blueprint that he laid on, and he has always, trying to imprint it in the minds of anybody that is coming to hold sway in that leadership, that this is where we are going. You could see how Lagos State is moving fast on the fast lane in terms of development, in terms of the IGR. You're talking about River State that is doing 23 billion. We talk about Lagos State that is doing 655 billion. So this is where Nyesom Wike was going. That is the structure. The structure is, if you go here, this is where we are going. Continue with the legacy and the projects we have put on ground, and drive it to a conclusive end, so that another person will start. Like everybody accuses Nyesom Wike of trying that he considered in Obiakpo and Port Harcourt City. He said on one of his hymns, did what he did in River State in their own, in Obiakpo and the Port Harcourt City and one other local government. I don't know the next local government that is very close to Faga. That if other people that have ruled River State did such in 3 local governments in their senatorial district, the River State will not be where they are today. He did not tie Sim's hand in saying continue development, the demonstrate ties in Faga, in Obiakpo, and this. We have gotten our our fair share. Go to your area if you so deem fit and develop it. Nobody quarrels with you. But let the development continues. The developmental strides is what have been laid on the table, and the structure that he's talking about, and the people who worked with him day and night, including these assembly members, to deliver Seminary Fubara as the governor of Rivers State. As simple as that. So if he had said I made a mistake, the mistake is I thought in our agreement that I had with this young man that he was going to continue, you know, in the things we have started. And again, if somebody like Fubara is coming and is jettison, remember what Seraki Dixon told him. Seraki Dixon said, don't jettison, don't denigrate the machinery that brought you to power. What is that machinery?
Human machinery.
What is it? Human machinery is the structure. What is the structure?
That's the word Dixon used.
That's the word he used. Is the human machine. The structure you're talking about is the political structure, is the human being. Those are the foot soldiers of politicians who goes around and who voted, who ensured that the votes were protected, because it was not only PDP that went to the fields, but the people that stood under the rain and sun to protect that vote, to make sure that the vote as it was dropped in the ballot box was safeguarded from the polling booth to the wards to the local government and until the announcement of the result. These are the people. And don't forget that when Nyesom Wike is having this sleepless night and nightmare, is because you need as a politician to oil your structure. Human beings don't come out and stand with hunger. That is the truth. As the governor, he's now saying that the IGR has risen to this because he don't have structure to maintain. The truth be told, this on national television, all traditional politicians knows that if you are a good